Hello, and welcome to another episode of my Minecraft series. This episode we're going to be doing all things sugarcane, and I'm going to show you how to do some sugarcane farms and stuff. So starting out, we're going to have to go over what blocks sugarcane can grow on, and its growing mechanics. So I'm going to dig out these two and throw down some water. In my inventory here we have most of the blocks that sugarcane can grow on, just missing a couple, but we've also got some podzol here and some dirt. So we have the muddy mangrove, some coarse dirt, rooted dirt, mud, and sand. Then we've got our normal dirt there as well. So you can see that it's going to grow on any of these. Now the dirt can be either a grass dirt or an actual dirt. However, the dirt can't be a path block, and it can't be farmland. So just plain dirt. And also the sugarcane has to be directly beside a water block, but it doesn't have to be a source block. So you can do sugarcane all along there. Won't be able to do it there, you can do it there. Just like that. This could also be a waterlogged block, and it'll still grow on all sides. Now when you're growing sugarcane, the easiest way is to just grow it like this. However, it's not the most efficient way. The most efficient way is to actually have an alternating pattern. So you would have these four, then you would come to this one, and that would do these four, and then that one would do these four, and then this one would do those four, and you would just alternate this pattern. And it uses less land for the same amount of growth or something like that, but to be honest, 2 buckets of water gets you down to the end of the flow. Whatever you do is up to you. So sugarcane's useful for a couple of things. Like you can get some paper, which is good for maps and books and things like that. Or you can get some sugar, which is used to bake cakes and pies. It's also used in fermenting the spider eye, as well as a few potions. But it's nice to have a surplus of sugarcane. We're going to let this little field grow, 'cause for the farm I want to build, we need 40 sugarcane. I'll show you 2 ways to build a automatic sugarcane farm. There's many other ways. These are just 2 fairly simple ways. One uses quartz, so observers and stuff like that, which means you need to go into the nether. The other is an even earlier game farm, where it's quartzless and uses the block updating redstone method. You're gonna go away, bud? Go find a job. So for this first design that we're gonna be doing, we're just gonna do, hello llama, a panel of 3. So just right here. It's going to require 3 pistons, and you're going to have a solid block here, a solid block there with a redstone torch on it, and then a solid block on top of that, followed by solid blocks all on top of the pistons. Then you're going to put redstone on top of all of those, and redstone on that one. And that's going to activate, and now this farm is complete in its most base form. So the way this works, get a few more, is your sugarcane is going to grow up, and when this one grows up, it's going to activate the redstone and close the circuit. So it's going to fire the whole line, because you can see the whole redstone updates. You can make this as long as you want using repeaters and stuff, and they're all going to activate all at once. The only problem with this one is you can have like this sugarcane just keep growing and growing and growing, and unless this one activates and if this one doesn't grow, then your sugarcane will just grow to its max and sit there and wait. So that's the problem with not having any observers. Now you can throw a button to activate it manually if that does arise, but that's this really simple observerless design. So feel free to build that one if you haven't explored the Nether yet. And now we'll show you the design that involves observers. Now the base of this design is going to be the same, so you don't need any of that. So you have 3 solid blocks at the height of your sugarcane, followed by your pistons, and then you're going to have your observers with the face forward, and then behind the pistons will be your solid blocks, which are going to have the redstone on them. Now the way this one works is as your sugarcane grows, it'll grow taller for one than the other design, but also when any of these grow up, then they all activate. So it doesn't matter which one, the observer will pick it up and they'll all activate. So yeah, this is the design that we're going to be using in our farm today, and it's going to include having some waterlogged blocks there, and we will have a minecart collection system underneath. So we're going to go get this build started, and we're going to let this sugarcane grow. Just preparing the ground a little bit. This 11 by 11 square is where we're going to be building our actual automatic sugarcane farm. So we're going to just, I think, quickly get the bottom of this build in up to where our farm's actual layers are going to be. Right, so now that we have at least the outside of this gear in place, we're just throwing these corner blocks down. That'll give us the start for our next layer, which we will need some more slabs. And we're just mirroring what this bottom part was, and then on top of this is where the farm itself will begin. I'm a little stuck on my design. I'm probably going to go with my original plan, but it comes across as more steampunky than I would like. But we'll have to just make do with it for now and figure it out later. So right now we're getting down the shape of our farm, which is going to be a circle. So this is the final layer before we start building, which the next layer up is going to be where the track sits. So before we get into decorating, I really want to just get all the mechanics of the farm in place first, so you can kind of see what's going on, how everything fits together. It's a little bit of a dilemma that we'll have to try to solve, but we'll figure that one out when we get there. So this one is where this layer's hopper collection is going to be. We'll leave that there for now. And then the next layer will be up above that. Pickaxe is getting dangerously close to breaking. We didn't want that to happen. This is probably going to be overkill, having this many, but that's okay. I don't even know what that is. 2, 4, 6, 8. Alright, so the cart will just perpetually go around this track and collect into this hopper, which will go into our central collection system. Now, above the rail is where the dirt that the sugarcane will be on is going to go. Here we're just building a water source so that we can fill everything up. I actually want to turn these all into mud blocks. Then in front of this mud, we're going to be putting some stairs like this. And what that does is allows us to waterlog the stairs. And since they're right way up, they're just going to create this little water channel that won't leak through. And it'll just sit there nice and neat. And just to light everything up, 'cause I don't think Enderman can spawn on mud, but just to be safe, we're gonna throw in these shroom lights, which make a really cool noise when you place them. Right, and then on top of those are going to be the pistons facing forward. Behind the pistons is going to be where the redstone is. A big ring just like this. And then facing forward will be our observers. And that is, aside from the sugarcane, one layer done. So now we will dismantle all our temporary blocks and then move up another layer. So we got the second layer in and did a bit of detailing around. Put the sugarcane in and some glass to hold everything in. It's up and running. You can hear the minecarts go on a bit. So yeah, we detailed the outside as well, which I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. Put these gears on, which I will pause here for a second so you can take a look and feel free to reconstruct. These are stairs there and a stair here, so you can kind of visualize what's going on. Some smooth basalt and slabs and walls, and just some acacia gates, or trapdoors, sorry, that are kind of a chain going up. I like how that looks. On the lower side of things, you got this big gear that's powering this one to power the top, which will power the fan, because this is going to be a air purifier type thing. I'm thinking that's what we'll go with. Yeah, it's decently looking build, I think. Happy with how it turned out. We'll check out the inside. So this is the interior of our build. It's been running for a little while. You can see we've got almost 3 stacks of sugarcane already. So we come up, we've got 2 designs for our dropper system. So 3 hoppers come into this dropper. When the dropper gets an item in it, the comparator will detect that, and then the observer will see that, fire up this redstone back down into the dropper, and it'll drop its item. And on this side it's something similar. When the dropper gets an item, the comparator detects it, powers this piston, which this observer sees that, and powers this block, which powers the dropper. It's just a bit of creative redstone that I played around with to figure out how to get it to work in such a tight area. So it's effective. Might not be the prettiest or most functional, but it's effective. So there we have our build, our sugarcane farm, which our story behind it is that it's going to be the air purifier. It'll send air down into the mines through our ventilation system. And yeah, it was a pretty fun build. And hopefully you build one of the sugarcane farms in your world. It might not be the most efficient version, but it's a good one. I really enjoy this style, this build. I'd never shown the top. This is what we've got going on up here. So we built a little fan blade down in there just to suck the air down in. Gotta put a light somewhere in there. And we've got our top gear and our bottom gear powering the thing. But yeah, that is our sugarcane farm. So I hope you enjoyed the episode, and we'll catch you in the next one. We'll do some work over here with the farm, getting the cows ready for the butcher, more or less. There's no nice way of saying that for the cows. They will die. But we'll catch you in the next episode, so thanks for watching. Bye.